Welcome to the City Advertising and Promotion Commission meeting for June 14th, 6 p.m. in the Auditorium. Carol, would you please take the roll?
Bobby?
Here.
Greg?
Here.
James?
Here.
Jeff?
Here.
Harry?
Here.
Melissa?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. So we have some minutes that we need to approve.
Okay. The April 28th, we do not have a quorum that was here. We cannot approve these, so I'm going to suggest that we send them to Mr. Weaver for advice on that, because we only have 3 commissioners that were actually here, and we need 4.
Correct.
So,
Okay. Anybody object to that? Or okay, I'll take care of that. We have a special meeting for June the 8th.
no, that would have been July the 8th. And the same with the 12th.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve June 30th, 2021 meeting minutes.
Say it.
So June 30th, you guys want to take a second and look over those?
Excuse me.
I guess my only question on that is when I'm looking at this, we have employees Rick Bride and absent Karen Pryor. I don't think I remember seeing her on the agenda. You know, like, we didn't have it on the agenda. She was supposed to make a report, unless I'm incorrect.
I just thought that once a month she did. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I mean, we can
Yeah.
take that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that she was on the agenda to actually do a report.
No,
Okay.
I think you're right. There was, she
Yeah.
wasn't on there. For,
Yeah, that's fine. Take it out.
That's why I asked if she knew she was supposed to be here or not.
Forgot how much we did at that meeting.
anything
Make a
else?
motion, we accept the minutes as amended.
I think Melissa already had a motion. Do you want to second it?
Well, we amended them.
We amended.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any discussion? Greg?
Nope.
I'm sorry, what?
No.
No?
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm sorry. I know you were doing roll.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to do a roll. So Greg?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Greg, oh, were you there at that meeting? Yeah, you were.
My
Okay.
name's at the top of the list, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at another one, Greg.
Oh,
James?
okay.
Abstain.
Abstain? Okay. Bobby?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
Harry?
Yes.
Okay. So that takes care of the 30th. Okay.
I'll make a motion, we approve the June 8th special meeting.
I thought you said
It's
that was
July.
July.
You need-
July.
Amendment, yeah.
Yeah, I already amended it.
Yeah.
The July. Okay, and
As amended.
as amended.
Second.
Greg?
I wasn't here.
Okay, so you're going to abstain.
Abstain.
James?
Yes.
Bobby?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
And Harry?
Yes.
Okay. That takes care of July 8th. July 12th.
I'll make a motion that we approve the amended July 12th minutes for the special meeting in 2021.
Do you have a second?
You need a copy.
There we go. A second.
Okay, Harry? Any discussion? No? Greg?
Abstain.
Abstain? James?
Abstain.
Bobby?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
Harry?
Yes.
And Carol?
Yes.
So we have 4. And that takes care of all of the minutes, correct? Correct. Thank you guys for your patience on that.
Thank you, Carol.
Yeah, thank you, Carol. Karen, you want to give us your report?
I would also like to know if Paradise is doing anything special in Louisiana.
Okay.
We had 2 motor coaches in Eureka from Louisiana last month. So, and talking with Kent Butler at the Passion Play, he's had quite a few church groups out there from Louisiana also.
That might actually explain the uptick. The 24% that were up might actually be those groups.
I'm sorry?
That, we were up 24% in Louisiana. That actually might be the reason. It's
Yeah,
because they
well-
had a couple of groups that came into town, and
Well,
that might have
and,
been the reason why we were up 24%.
September 20th and through the 23rd, I've got a group, so far there's 20 of them from Louisiana that are coming for 2 nights.
Great.
In May, I spent 2 days with the National Mustang Rally at the Convention Center. Just welcome wagon, handing out restaurant guides and trolley maps. They really utilized the trolley system quite a bit that weekend. At the end of May, I was at the Crescent Hotel with the Rotary District Governors Conference installation. Jody English asked me to help her with that, and so I was there for that. And also the weekend of Memorial Day when the Christian Motorcycle Association was here. Right now, the count is 20 people from Alabama will be here for 2 nights, August 2nd and through the 4th. 30 people from Texas for 2 nights, August 27th through the 29th. The Louisiana group, a retreat group of 15 from Kansas are scheduled for 3 nights in October, the 1st through the 4th. And right now, PML Tours is bringing a group from Alabama. Right now, the count is at 30 for a day trip on December the 9th. I have 2 groups that were just in the beginning stages of their itineraries for April 2022 and May 2022. Any questions?
No, looks good. Karen, which meeting would you rather come to, the first or the second, for your report? What's the
Well,
best for
since
you?
if I come to both of them, I'm probably going to be wasting your time.
Right.
Because since
I don't
we
wanna
haven't
waste-
done any group
Yeah.
advertising, I haven't been into any trade shows, and the groups are just now kind of starting to build back up. And
Once a
I
month
don't
is
mean to be
plenty.
negative, but the way things are right now, these
Okay.
We may lose a couple of these, so whenever y'all want me here, you just tell me.
Okay, we will, or just email us or
We
something.
gave you, she asked you to pick the first or the second.
It doesn't matter to me,
Okay,
Doesn't matter.
one way or the other.
okay,
All right, the second meeting of the month
That's
then.
perfectly fine.
okay, and then you can skip this second meeting, isn't, yeah. Don't
What
come at-
is the date? What is the date for August? Is it the 18th,
Let me see.
the week of the 18th?
No, let me.
25th.
No, for the first meeting in August. The first meeting in August would be the 11th.
Okay, because the week of the 18th, I'll be on vacation.
Okay, if you could come.
So I'll come on the 11th.
Sure, thank you, Karen.
Rick, we're ready for you.
The cash balance as of June 30th was $883,920.81. The historical comparison to last year, 2020, tax remitted in June, which are May collections, food and beverage, $93,629, up $59,648, or 175.5%. Lodging, $89,875, up $61,383, or 218.4%. The total collections, $183,504, was up $121,031, or 193.7%. Year-to-date, total collections, $701,396, is up $328,477, or 88.1%. The historical comparison to 2019, since that was our last basically norm year, food and beverage was $77,509, is up $16,120, or 20.8%. Lodging, $71,865, up $18,010, or 25%. Total collections, $149,374, up $34,130, or 22.8%. Year-to-date collections, $575,677, was up $125,719, or 21.8%. The comparison to our 2021 budget, for the numbers that we budgeted so far this year, food and beverage is up $17,864, or 23.8%. Lodging is up $14,875, or 19.8%. The total collections, $32,739, is up 21.8%. Year-to-date collections, $116,396, is up 19.9%. So we're basically 20% above what we budgeted for the year right
Okay.
now.
Was 2019, was that typically a really good year?
We were up in 2019,
Over
2.8%. I
Okay,
believe.
over 2018?
So, that's typical. I'm actually working on a grant right now with the state of Arkansas for all CVBs.
Okay.
And they're using 4.1% tile up per year as the basis for the monies that we're applying for from on this federal grant. So, we were a little below that in 2019, but as it works out right now, we're right at the 4.1%, so, and that's through all the CVs throughout the state applying for that federal money right now.
Anything else for Rick?
No, thank you.
I guess I have one thing for Rick. Rick, I noticed on our profit and loss, how we have our hotel, and then we have our motel, and then we have our bed and breakfast, we have our cabin. We break those out individually. I think it would be interesting, and maybe I'm the only one, I'd like to see what these food trucks are pulling in.
Okay?
I think it'd be neat to have a line item to show the food truck revenue.
Do the food trucks qualify for A&P tax?
Yes, they do.
I thought it required a sit-down.
No. Any food or prepared food or beverage is taxed, and that includes the food trucks. And you'd be surprised, what some of these food trucks are bringing in. You
Yeah,
really
I would just like to see a line item if we could.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We've, because of the lodging being so changed now with Airbnb and VRBO, we don't break them out by category anymore, but they all still have a category. So basically, the first quarter, I broke it all out for the big hotels and all that still wanted to know. So it would be easy enough to do the food trucks as well.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Okay, anybody want to make a motion to approve these?
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay. Greg?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Bobby?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
Harry?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Rick, for that. We have public comments. Harry, can you keep time for us, please?
Yeah, sure.
Public comments, anyone?
Thank you. I'm Auditorium from 2 Fairmount. I don't need 3 minutes. I just wanted to remind you all that our previous executive director, Mike Maloney, announced his resignation in January of 2019. So we're looking at 30 months since we've had a full-time director. I'm wishing the best for the 2 candidates that you have. I have no idea how they are, but the previous hire was a failure, which was unfortunate in vetting and for whoever made those decisions. Looking over the previous meetings, you had to vote on Mr. Carter's nomination at 3 different meetings. And what that shows is a failure to understand state laws about how these meetings should be conducted. And this is part of the problem that's going back over the past year or so, that you're not following the laws and the rules by which you're supposed to conduct yourself. I think that there was a good suggestion when somebody asked about other nominations or other applications. Don't you think it'd be a good idea if all applications were brought to your meeting? And no matter if they applied for position 1 or position 2, if you have tax collectors who are willing to serve, then you should see who all is willing to serve. Because that way you know who you're ignoring as well as who you're preferring. In the event that Mr. Carter is not approved by the city council, do you have a backup candidate to be a nominee? Have you considered that? I think you should bring out your applications. Anyone who's shown an interest, I think you should continue to ask for applications. I think Mr. Burnett, who served here previously, had a lot of knowledge on how things were done, so you might want to reconsider him as well as a replacement for Mr. Carter in the event that he doesn't pass muster. Other than that, I think that everyone likes to see that our revenues are up. I don't think I'd strain too hard to pat myself on the back or the ad agency, because all tourist destinations are up right now. Americans are ready to get out and go somewhere. And we're fortunate to be in the middle of a place with access to such large populations that that's who we're having here. And that's good for us, and we need to build on that. And that's all I've got to add to tonight's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Bo. It's always a pleasure.
Agenda updates, does anybody have anything they need to add to the agenda?
I'd like a discussion of right minds, please.
Okay. Okay, does anybody want to make a second on that?
I'll second.
Okay, anyone Well, let's just do a roll. Greg?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Bobby?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
Harry?
Yeah,
And Carol?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put that under new business here, right minds, and we'll do that there. Okay? So, bylaws? Melissa?
I'll make a motion that we discuss.
I second.
Second.
Okay,
James will do.
I,
everybody got the copy there.
yeah, and did everybody get the email with them?
I'm just seeing these for the first time, and I'm going to need time to look these over.
They were emailed to us.
I never got that email.
So
And even-
just,
And even then, I would still want to look them over a little further, because glancing at these, they don't look like they're following the law. But anyway,
Actually, they have
Anything in
been-
particular you want to
Yeah.
point out that
No.
we're not following?
I won't,
they have been looked at by the Muni League. They were looked at in December. The one thing that was in question last time, which is in Section 2, and it starts after as follows, 4 members shall be owners or general managers. That was something that we took exception to, but that is indeed in the law. We checked on that this week, just so it's easier for you to see the difference between the two. The one that's got colors on it, everything in blue was eventually whited out. We accepted all of those things. Do you have that copy, Bobby?
I do not. I can't find it. Thank
You
you.
didn't get the blue one?
So everything on that's in blue stayed in this last copy, just so you guys know. The thing I just mentioned in section 2 that appears to be in pink, that we just had a question about, and we found out that that is in law, so that's white, and it is in the document. Anything in that sort of tan yellow color was struck either because we decided to strike it or because it was unnecessary after we made a few changes. So largely, it was just a word that we didn't need added.
That's in pink on 2?
Yes, sir. That was, several of us had questions if that was actually the law, and it is, as it was written.
Yeah, it's both state and city code.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a motion to accept the bylaws.
do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Any other discussion on this? Okay, let's vote. Greg?
abstain.
James?
Yes.
Bobby?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Harry?
Yes.
And Melissa?
Yes.
Okay. We also talked about electing a vice chair, someone, I'm definitely going to be on vacation some coming up in August, and I'll be unavailable. So do we have a nomination for vice chair?
James, would you be willing?
Only if Bobby won't.
I nominate James.
I'll second that.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Well, I'll be on vacation in December, so there.
Okay.
And I won't be.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on that? If not, we'll vote. Greg?
No.
James?
Abstain.
Abstain? Bobby?
Yes.
Yes. Carol?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
And Harry?
Yes.
Yes. Congratulations, James.
Yeah.
He's got the most experience here,
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think.
That won't get you
I have the auditorium on here, but I really don't think there's anything there unless you guys have anything. Okay?
I just wanted to go over what we really should be doing about before we have any shows here. And that would definitely be at least repairing the wheelchair lift coming upstairs. Because there have been several times when people have come and have not been able to get up that ran up
Any
there.
idea- We have any idea the cost of that?
No,
Okay.
no, we have to get some quotes,
Okay.
but we really need to do that. Other than that, the water leaks have to be looked at to get quotes. And, that up there is because of the mortar that's washed out on the outside wall. And this one down here is probably from the downspout. But I don't know. We'll have to get somebody to look into that and give us a quote. But the chair lift is the big deal because
Right.
somebody that comes in a wheelchair or one of the electric chairs and they can't get up into the auditorium. That's what happened a couple of years ago at the corral.
Were we going to look at the cost of repairing this one and the cost of replacing it?
This one does not need repair. It needs to be replaced.
Okay,
It's an
so-
old
We have a vendor
clunker.
that we've used for that one before. How old is that particular lift?
That lift's older than what I've been here. I've been here 10
Okay.
years.
It's even
Um,
older than Rick.
It needs to be, it needs to be replaced. There's one company that comes here from Springfield to service it.
Okay.
Typically, that's done through the mayor's office, but I would get a quote for a new lift. They've got better technology than
Sure.
the screw lift nowadays for the heavier
Absolutely.
wheelchairs.
Well, if it's over 20,000, it's going to have to be a request for bids,
Sure.
Sure.
which I have a feeling is probably in that ballpark.
I bet you're probably right. Let's start the process, though,
Okay.
of at least contacting the company. Harry, do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll talk to the mayor and see.
Yeah, and you work with Butch. Will you send out that information to
You bet.
Harry? And we'll get that. I mean, obviously, we really need to start looking at all of the maintenance, everything that needs to be done. So I'm
I'll go
going
meet with the mayor and talk about that and see what we can do.
to keep the auditorium is going to be something we're going to talk about a lot until we get some of this stuff. Folk Festival,
Well, I had one more discussion on that. So Ron had requested in the workshop the cleaning and also the curtains. I think we should get bids on those as well.
Yeah, that's right. The curtains,
Because if those curtains need to be replaced, then we need to know that.
well, they're less than 10 years old, but the dust that has accumulated in that amount of time negates the fireproofness of them. And so they have to be dry cleaned in where they are, and then they have to be treated with the fireproofing. And I think that's has to be done every 5 years, so we're overdue.
So in order for us to approve all the really urgent things, you think we can have, by next meeting, we can have estimates?
Yeah, Ron got an estimate a couple of years ago, and it was like $7,000 for the drapes.
It was actually 5,200, but I think it's gone up. I've requested an amendment to that, a rebid, but I haven't heard back from them yet.
Okay.
Great.
And we can get a hold of one of the cleaning agencies, that
Okay.
multiple ones that clean churches and office buildings and schools and so forth, and find out, get a quote on that, too.
anything else on auditorium? Folk Festival, we talked last week about, and we met with Nancy. She's not in town today, so she's not able to be here, but we talked about the potential for us to do a free concert on the Thursday, the 11th of November. That's going to cost us an additional, $10,000. Do we want to approve that, or do you guys want us to go to a different direction there? What do we want to decide to do?
Can we discuss that at the next meeting when Nancy's around?
Well, I would normally say, of course, yes is the answer, but also Folk Festival, we're full speed ahead on trying to get this done, so.
Well, we're probably going to have a special meeting next week to hire the new director. Could we have another special meeting with Nancy?
I'd just like to know if she's reached out to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know that, if she has reached out to them?
Molly might have the most current, did we get any information on the band? I don't remember the name of the artist.
So for right now, we do basically have our headliner for the Odd that's going to be on Saturday booked, and that's going to be announced. Their name's going to be announced at the end of July, but there's no further movement with the Thursday show.
So Greg Brown is who she had mentioned making an offer to, and I don't have an update on that, and she's traveling today.
Yeah, she's traveling, but she'll be back, I think, Monday.
Okay. So do we want to wait till she's here?
Yeah, really would.
Okay.
I would, anyway.
That means that we would do another special meeting right after our special meeting for Gary Holstein, who will be here this week. Are you guys okay with that? Do them back to back?
Yeah.
Okay. Is 4 o'clock okay for that on Monday? A little later than we did this week, but 4 PM? Okay.
On what day?
Monday
Monday?
for the special meetings. We'll have 2. So we got a little bit of due diligence here with Molly. We got so excited. I mean, you guys probably saw this in the minutes, but we got kind of excited and we nominated her for the position, and then we had a motion and a second, but then we started talking about reimbursing her. So we only did one vote. We did a vote for her, really for her contingency, and you can see that in the minutes. These minutes are correct. You can see that on page 2 at the very top. And so we actually made a motion, but we actually didn't vote on it. So I'd like for us to do that. I'd like for us to vote on that. And it would be retroactive back to May 26th.
You want us to vote on that, Molly?
And it was just, we went and listened to it. We just kind of got excited to have Molly here, and
I make a motion that we hire Molly.
Oh, I'll second that.
any discussion on that? Okay, Greg,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Bobby,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Melissa,
Yes.
and Harry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did our due diligence on that.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you for doing that, just to make sure we're doing everything the right way. We have some marketing support requests for Jeep Jam. And this is Lacey. Everyone knows Lacey Moffett. Lacey, come up and tell us about yourself and your store, and tell us about Jeep Jam.
Hello, guys.
You guys all
How are
have
y'all?
this?
I don't know why I don't have any of this.
Oh, you did,
Which one is it?
This is.
it's the application, right?
Oh, it's probably in the big, thick packet, I think.
This one?
Here it is.
No,
Nope.
Y'all ready?
Yes,
That's-
go
Okay.
ahead.
I think
I'm
it's like
Lacey
a bag.
Moffett. I have a Eureka Clothing Company downtown, 31 Spring Street. And I just was thinking, my husband just got a new Jeep, and I was like,
Good.
we're going to have a Jeep
I know
Fest.
it's a lot of
Because the original Jeep Fest that was in Holiday Island, and then last year they moved it over here, it was kind of like, just kind of a flop kind of thing. And I thought, hey, let's just have a little Jeep Fest, because I have a lot of customers that drive Jeeps, and we talk to them all the time about it, and we're like, oh, we'll just have a little small Jeep Fest. Well, fast forward to, as of today, it's not going to be a little small Jeep Fest. Jeepers are unique people. They loved Eureka Springs because of all that we have to offer, and they want to come. So as of today, I have about 100 pre-registered Jeeps from all over the United States, the farthest being Florida. But I just received a phone call from Tanya. She's one of my customers. She's from Tennessee, and she is over the Tennessee Jeep Jammers or something like that, and the Mid-South, so that's Mississippi, Tennessee and Mississippi clubs. And I said, hey, how many people, she's coming this weekend to preview the area for her club. And I said, so how many Jeeps do you think you're going to have? And she goes, well, probably only about like 200, Lacey. And I'm like, 200? And she's like, yeah, And I'm like, oh, okay, because I knew I had 100 already registered. And so I'm not going to get that excited about it until they have registered on our website. But she's coming this weekend. I'm going to have dinner with her, kind of show her around the area what they can do. So what I have done, we've reached out. I have a lady that's helping me, and she and I are just working to get local businesses involved. We want we want to have a Friday activity, so maybe we'll get a Thursday come in, so we'll get like 3 or 4 days instead of just Friday, Saturday. And then we have a Sunday event, so hopefully we're hoping, since they have to drive to Mississippi and Tennessee, if they do our Sunday event, they're going to stay and leave on Monday. So we're trying to get a 4-day stayover. We blocked some rooms at Inn of the Ozarks about 2 or 3 months ago. We only blocked 20 rooms because, we were thinking, this is just going to be a little Jeep Jam. So we talked to Randy. He sold out. Okay, not just from our event. I think there is a Rotary thing that same weekend. So they're sold out. So I'm starting to get texts like, okay, they're sold out. So I've reached out to, I figure a lot of these Jeep Club members are going to want to stay together because they're coming up as a group, so like 20 or 30 of them. And I'm trying to find people, hotels, motels, that don't get a lot of business a lot of the times. I'm not going to call just the regular ones downtown. So what I've been doing, I've been reaching out to like Wonderoo, Wagner Inn, the motels on the top where, they have more rooms and they can put their Jeeps outside, kind of like the VW does at that hotel. I can't remember what hotel that is. Where the VW, on the curve, it's across the street from Land of Nod. What hotel is that right there? Quality? Is that Quality?
Land of Nod.
No, it's across the street from Land of Nod.
Oh.
Econo Lodge, yes, because a couple of my customers, she's been closed since February because she had a lot of leaks and stuff, and so I had Butch call her because some of my customers were like, we always stay there for Corvette, and they were wanting to get their reservations, and so she was having some leak problems, so she just kind of opened, and since for the season in mid-June. So I'm going to try to get that little corridor right there. I've already talked to Trails Inn. Just a lot of those little motels that, we know that struggle a lot of times because everybody wants to stay downtown. So I'm going to talk to those people, but I do have Wonderoo and Wagner, and Wonderoo is one of our co-host hotels, and then Wagner, and then I have a couple of other ones, Trails Inn and everyone to talk to for that. We've changed the month from, May, April, May, June, to September, because as we all know, in previous years, September is kind of like a slump before we get in our October heyday, so usually in September, we're like rolling our, twiddling our thumbs. So I don't know if it'll be this way this year, we never know, but that's why we put it in September 17th through the 19th, because that was a open weekend, nothing else is going on except the Rotary. So we kind of thought that would be a little boost to everyone in September. So I'm asking for like $2,400 for funding, and most of that is going to Facebook. As of today, I've spent about $450 on Facebook, and I've reached 50,500 people. And I've gotten a lot of likes and people, registering. So I know that's working. And my friends are saying, all I'm seeing on Facebook is Jeep Jam. So, and that's what we want. So I've been targeting Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Texas, Oklahoma, our little area. And I got my statistics today, and like 70% of the people that have clicked and are engaging on our posts are 45 to 55. They're from Missouri. And they love outdoors, and then they tell me where they have seen it, and it's from the Facebook ads. So we know it works. So I kind of did Missouri mainly because it was close. So now with your marketing dollars, I would like to specialize on Oklahoma and maybe on Texas to get, others, because I think most of our people right now are from Missouri. So I'd like to get some Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma. So the bulk of the funding would go to Facebook because it is basically working. Website changes, updates, maintenance, because we're constantly having to add stuff and, add different hotels. And we're going to start, we just got sponsored by Nighthawk Custom Firearms in Berryville and in Peterson Outdoors. We're giving 100% of our profits from the Jeep Jam to Peterson Outdoors, and they are helping disabled vets get outdoors. So they work with injured and disabled vets and their families to get them outdoors. So all of the registration fees and everything go directly to Peterson Outdoors, okay? And then the Nighthawk custom firearm goes directly to Peterson Outdoors. We're doing it at the Passion Play. Our vendors, which are all Jeep parts, there's one that's coming from Florida and one that's coming from Springfield already, Missouri, they're setting up, and their booth fees, we're charging them $50 booth fee, is going directly to the Passion Play. So we're helping local and just giving it back to the community. Where the hotels are going to thrive off this. Restaurants, we have a couple of host restaurants, Rockin' Pig Friday night, Cat House Saturday night, the filling station Sunday morning. 3D Outdoors, we're working with them to see if, they'd want to go, some of the Jeeps would want to go out there on Friday or whatever. But it's a Jeep show, family-friendly event, bringing people into Eureka in September.
Well, this is great. I've been noticing that everybody seems to be driving a Jeep these days.
Lacey, I just bought my sixth one yesterday.
Okay, hey, have you signed up? I'll get you a
No,
reduced
I
rate.
am going to sign up. And Fiona Richards is a real spark plug. She'll make it happen.
Yeah, she
I do
is.
have one concern.
Yes.
And that is their website. I think that's not within our purview to
Okay.
fund your website. The advertising, yes, but
Okay.
not your website.
Okay.
And how much money was that?
That was
500.
500, which I could switch that over to Facebook marketing since it's been going so well. Because I know myself, I've spent $440 on, and we've gotten this much. And we have basically 2 more months because it's September 17th and today's the,
So what other events are that weekend?
pardon me,
What other events do we have that weekend?
that weekend?
That particular weekend, do you
None
know?
that I know of.
So this is,
This is
Rotary.
Yeah.
This is why I chose this weekend.
Okay.
Because I didn't want
That's
to
smart.
compete with any other events. And I do know the Rotary event is in the hotel at the convention center, and I just found out about
Yeah.
that. So we did this weekend because there wasn't anything else planned on this weekend. It was kind of like an open weekend. So,
Great.
Well, James is right. People love their Jeeps, and I have wondered for years why we have not had a Jeep show.
me too, and I really feel like it could be like the Volkswagen show because, I
Yeah.
mean, I am just overwhelmed. Every day, every night, I'm getting all these, my phone battery's going down because so many
Yeah.
people are asking questions and
And-
stuff, so we're getting more people to help
Right.
me with that.
And people are going to love it at those motels because they can go up and look at them.
Exactly. That was my thoughts exactly, because when the VWs are out there, you can drive by and look at them.
Right.
So not only can, all the tourists that are here on that weekend anyway can see them, and then they can go out to the Passion Play if they want to see them. And then, we are having a parade
Ooh.
from the Passion Play on the regular parade route,
Like through the loop?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, through the
all
loop
right.
in downtown. And that will be directly after the Jeep show. And then after that, I'm not going to try to plan their every move, but the basic event is a Jeep show at the Passion Play from about 9 to 2. And we have 6 categories, I'm going to try to get Butch. I talked to him a couple of months ago and have a mayor's choice category because everybody loves, to meet the mayor and he can choose his favorite Jeep or whatever. And we have trophies and stuff. But after that, we'll leave directly from the Passion Play, do a parade, and then they're free to shop downtown. I'm part of Heart of Eureka as well, so I'm talking with them to get some kind of special. I think we're all, me included, tired of giving, 20% off, everybody, that's what every organization asks for us to, let's give us a deal. So I'm going to try to do something different so it's not if you're part of the Jeep Jam, you don't, we're not giving you 20% off, we're doing, something, I don't know, giving you a sticker or something, I don't know. But we're going to try to think of something creative that the downtown merchants can get involved as well.
I would make a motion to approve $2,000.
okay. Do we have a second for that?
I'll second that.
Okay. James? Any discussion?
Can we get Paradise to pick this up too?
So what we are definitely doing is that she's created her event, Facebook event, and then Molly and Paradise will use our Facebook as a co-host,
Yeah.
okay? And then we can do that, we can put posts out for her.
Right.
And share that on our social media. That's something that we can do that's already built into our program, so.
Right, because I just did the Facebook
Right.
event, and then I asked y'all to co-host, and then, so I'm waiting until they co-host to
It's going to get a lot more
push that.
traction that way.
Yeah,
You're
and I'm going to
get-
wait to do a
Yeah.
Facebook boost on our event
Sure.
until they co-host, because then it will be even bigger. So I'm just waiting for y'all to co-host, and then I'll do another campaign with Facebook.
Yeah.
And I have the receipts. I don't know if y'all need receipts
Yes.
from what I'm spending the money on, but I do have, what I've spent so far on Facebook now, and then I'll keep them as we go through.
Sure.
Okay?
Okay, so any other discussion? Greg?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Bobby?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes,
Harry?
Yeah.
Carol?
Yes.
All right.
thank you.
y'all.
Thank you.
We
Good
appreciate your support.
presentation.
Very
Thanks.
well done, and we're grateful to have you part of our community and doing events, picking events, weekends that we need events.
Yeah,
Thank you
and
for
we're, just let us know if, Heart of Eureka, I know we're in our stores, so we don't, can't do events outside our store, because we're in our stores. But I think I gave Jeff a whole list of events for
We talked
November,
about those.
December.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you come back to one of our workshops to go over the events more
Okay,
extensively. yeah.
because we have new merchants, and they have such great ideas, and so I'm real excited about December, because we have a lot planned for December, and I think it's going to be great. Thanks, y'all.
Thank
Job.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any agenda items you guys want to see in the future? Anything that,
We have right minds.
oh, that's right, I wrote it on here. Right Mind,
I don't have my information on Right Minds with me today, because I
Do
didn't know.
do you want to just postpone it, Harry, till the next meeting?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
well, so let me ask a couple things. I meant to ask you this a second ago. Marketing support, how much money's left in marketing support? Just
Now 27,000
20,
since we just
okay,
gave
so
out two.
I just want to make sure. So that is coming out, hers is coming out of marketing support.
I could kind of maybe update you a little bit on Right Minds,
Yeah.
Harry, if you want, or you can postpone it, whatever.
No, I think we should go over it.
We've been under contract with Right Minds for several years, going back to before Mike Maloney. And before we hired Paradise, they did all of our ads, all of our posters, everything we did. They're on instead of billing time and materials for all those ads, which would have been astronomical, they entered into a contract with us for $3,500 a month.
Right.
Of course, 2 years ago, when we hired Paradise, they're now doing a lot of most of the content. Now, I'm not saying Right Mind's not doing anything, they just did these posters and they do the billboards for our shows at the Odd and stuff, but I think that at $3,500 a month, we're probably not getting our fair shake. I would prefer probably that y'all just, and the way their contract's written, it's basically would just be an email from the commission that we would prefer to go to time and materials at this point, rather than a $3,500 flat base rate. Of course, that's up to y'all. but-
Do we have any, since really maybe we're scaling back what we have them do we have local graphic artists,
Oh, absolutely.
local?
Yeah,
that
I'd
we
rather
might-
start kind of looking at them, because I think Paradise is actually doing a lot of our stuff, and, prudent use of tax money.
Absolutely.
We've got Wicker Walker, we've got Geographics. We've got some capable folks right here. in
And we've
town
got
to
some
do that.
freelancers,
And-
too.
Do we have rates from any of those other companies?
It's been years that
not
we've
current.
changed it, but we could easily put out an RFP for services,
Okay.
for time and materials to create. We kind of just go through and break down what we do with posters and billboard ads and.
So I'd like to make a
Go ahead.
motion that we put Right Minds on a time and materials basis.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion?
I just have a question. What kind of a contract do we have with them right now?
Their
Is it month
contract.
to month?
It's actually expired. They did a contract every year with Mike Maloney, and since he's been gone, we've been operating under the same contract. That
So we're not tied into anything?
we're not tied in.
Okay.
Basically, either side can end it just by giving written notice. So
Okay.
if you all vote on
That's
this,
what I
Jeff
remember.
could just send
I'll
him an
send you an email.
email or whatever, and
Okay.
we all be good.
I'll wait until we get the minutes approved and send you an email. Okay, so let's vote. Greg?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Bobby?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Melissa?
Yes.
And Harry?
Yes.
Okay, now, sorry that I missed that. Any upcoming items that you guys want us to,
I'd like to put the museum contract on, and I will get on Butch and Tim Weaver to get it done.
we approved that, right?
Yes.
No, we did?
Yes, we approved $7,200
That's already been approved.
Okay.
last meeting.
God, I don't-
You approved the money, you needed to have the contract rewritten.
Yes, we don't have the
and
contract back.
That's really all we need
Okay.
is the
Okay, yeah.
contract.
I just want the contract back.
And so who's working on that?
I sent it to Tim Weaver.
Okay.
And told him that basically, I think the only thing we really want to change is that we did not have to pay them if they closed or didn't stay open the hours that we expected them to, other than like if COVID or some other act of God happened.
Gotcha. Okay, anything else? Okay, we're done.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner comments?
Oh,
Commissioner comments?
Greg?
None.
done.
None.
No.
Just like to mention, Opera in the Ozarks is going for 2 more weeks. I'm told that they are almost sold out for the last week. I ordered tickets last night, and there were like 10 left for tomorrow night. So if you are interested in going, get online and buy your tickets now.
Okay. Motion to adjourn, who had a second?
Did the last two commissioners
Yeah.
have any comments?
We didn't get to talk.
Oh, sorry.
Harry?
You know, I'd like to say that, yeah, sometimes we skip or miss some things during our meetings, and we have to amend the minutes, but you can amend minutes a year later. That's within Robert's Rules of Order, and we're doing our best to make this thing float, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of it, so that's all I got to say.
And I'd like to say, there's been a lot of talk about not hiring a director. The first meeting of 2021, we put it on our workshop and talked, and we immediately started working on it. And we've had to cancel 2 months of meetings, and we really have worked on it. So I'm a little perturbed to keep hearing, we haven't done anything. We have done stuff, and we've worked very hard, and we will have one next week.
And there was a pandemic somewhere in there too, that we really didn't need much that.
Right.
That mask thing, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Motion to adjourn.
James has a motion, second? Who's-
Second, I second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, guys, all very
Thank
much.
you, everybody.